Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. This is Conquering Masterclass. Well, I'm not gonna talk only about Conquering Commander, I'm gonna talk about rallying cities or rallying objectives. This is the main discussion of today. Obviously I'm gonna show talent builds for some of the commanders, but for some of them I showed them in the previous video, so there's no need to show them again. Let's get straight into the business and let's talk about legendary. So first thing first, talents only work from the main commander. It applies to the second in command and your army, but they only work from the main commander. Second thing is how expensive it is to max out or upgrade legendary or epic commanders. I lost it there for a moment. So in terms of stars, it's very expensive. It can go up to 650 approximately. And that is the regular stars. So it's not the bundles, it's not the special stars, which obviously they value a lot more than the regular stars. It's same for the epic one. This is a roughly number just for you to have an idea how expensive it is to get a 6-star legendary commander or an epic commander. The second one, on the second image, you have the amount of sculptures that you need to max out his skills. So you have for the legendary and you have for the epic. The total is only for the skills, so try to make the difference. In order to summon the commander, you also need 10, which is 10 on any commander, even if it's elite, advanced, legendary. You need 10 of his unique sculptures. After that, this is the cost that you need for each skill. Right. In terms of experience, it's very hard to calculate, but all I can tell you is that the last 10 levels, they are the same. I think it's the last 10 or 12 approximately, but you can 100% I can 100% say that the last 10 levels, they cost the same. Right. Conquering commanders. Are they actually good? Where they are good at? How should you use them? Let's get into the business, and since we are with Frederick, I'm just gonna bring up his talent build. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it's Julius Caesar load up. There is so much hype about Julius Caesar, so I'm just gonna bring Julius Caesar up because I already have it preloaded over here. So this is the siege talent build for Julius Caesar, or if I would have to rally cities. Now this is something that I have to tell you before I go forward. These builds are for city specific, so anything that I'm gonna talk about is gonna be for city specific mostly. For rallying objectives, the conquering talent build does not apply because this one is made for city specific. Same as the garrison talents, they are made for defending your city specific, not for defending objectives. So defending objectives, they have nothing to do with conquering, and they have nothing to do with the garrison ones. It might apply, I just never tested or I haven't seen anyone testing it, but it might apply only the 10% on the conquering build, the 10% less severely wounded. I'm just gonna bring it up so you can understand which one I'm talking about. I haven't tested, or no one has told me so far or seen a report that Tear of Blessing might work when you attack, like say, a flag or an enemy flag. You know, you have 100% dead, or when you attack an enemy fortress, you have 100% dead as well. So I don't have a report where Tear of Blessing, if it's actually work or not. Personally, I would not do a full conquering build just for Tear of Blessing, because you're not going to attack objectives to have less severely wounded. You want to attack on an objective like a fortress, flag, or whatever, because you want to take it down, or you want to do as much damage as possible. So for that reason, conquering might not be the best path for that. So the normal talents that you actually use them with those troops on the field, those are the talents that I would use them in attacking those objectives. But when you attack city, then it's something different because it's watchtower involved, and then this one's entrenched and meteor shower, and it's also specific when attacking all the cities. I'm not sure if it says decrease the number of units. The units, it doesn't specify attacking all the cities, just say that decrease the number of units that die in battles by 2%. These units will instead be severely wounded and sent to the hospital. Obviously, if the hospital is full, they're probably gonna die again. So again, since the rest of the talents are city specific, I would not build a conquering build just for tier of blessing. What? I'm not the general. How about that? How did that happen? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's continue with my talent build, which I just brought it up. So if I would have to see city with Julius Caesar, this would be the talent build that I'm gonna do on him. And as a second in command, it's highly advisable to have a nuker. A nuker can be Mehmed. Why Mehmed? Mehmed has also 10% rally capacity. The rally capacity with Mehmed and the technology in your alliance can go up to 2.6 million. I have done it. It's very possible, but it's also quite good. The amount of troops that you have will increase the amount of nuke that Mehmed has. Preferably would be that a tier 5 player would lead that particular rally. So yeah, this is the siege talent build for Julius Caesar. So if you want to rally with Julius Caesar, you can also try to put, let's say, YSG as a second, but then would most likely require for you to bring only archers. It will make a lot of sense if you have a YSG as a second in command to only bring archers, which would be nothing wrong. If you want to rally, as I mentioned, flags, passes, or any other objectives, you have to rally with the normal talent builds, which I think I showed it about Julius Caesar in the previous videos. I think in the Archer Mastery I did the Archer Mastery class. That's where I did show Julius build, because I used to use Julius with YSG. Right. So that's pretty much about Julius. Now let's bring up another talent build from Frederick. Before I go to Frederick, I have to say that the talent build from Julius can apply to Hannibal Barca and can apply to Scipio as well. They have the same talent path. They have leadership, they have attack, and they have conquering. So if you want to do conquering or city specific builds for your Barca or Scipio, you can do those builds as well. You can do the same build from Julius Caesar. I don't have to bring the same pictures with the same colors again. It will make no sense. I'll just make the video longer. And it would be the same if I would use Barca as a main rally leader. I would put a second in command, a nuker, either Mehmed or even Minamoto. Same with Julius, you can put a second in command, you can put a Minamoto. Now this is the Frederick city specific build. If you want to hit any other objectives, you have to go with the normal talent builds from Frederick, like having the leadership talent path up to strategic prowess, and obviously having the march speed on the bottom, while still having the same skill path that I have right now. So if I would have to hit cities with Frederick, this would be the talent build that I would use. And as a second in command, as crazy as it sounds, I will still go with a nuker, especially or Mehmed. But the best build from the conquering commanders, it would be Julius Caesar with Mehmed. That would be my opinion. Frederick can also, as I mentioned, can work with others, can also work with Barca, can also work with Osman. There's nothing wrong with Osman. Osman has the same talent build as Frederick, so they can work together. And Mehmed has the same talent build. So if you want to use Mehmed as the main rally leader, this would be the talent build that I would use. If you put Mehmed at the first, you can also put YSG as a second. There's nothing wrong with that. There is a lot of skill damage involved, and there is a lot of AoE damage. So that's also a very interesting build that you can do, and this would be the talents that I would use. So again, like I said to Julius, these ones can apply to Osman and they can apply to Mehmed as well. Now the third on the line is a very unique and new commander on this particular conquering side of commanders, and that is Saladin. So I'm just gonna bring up his talents, and obviously the first one that I'm gonna bring is the city specific ones, and just give me a moment to fix this because this image is from someone else. So this is the city specific talent build for Saladin. I would personally say that it has a limited utility in terms of hitting cities. So Saladin has actually a limited utility on hitting cities, but this would be the talent build that I would first try if I would have to siege down cities. It all depends on the commanders that are inside, and that why I'm saying that is because on the amount of skill damage reduction that he can have naturally, like 30%, and he has loose formation which is 39%. Now you're probably asking me why I didn't get the heraldic shield from the cavalry, which is another 12% skill damage reduction. Well, that's because of the conquering path, because it's much more important when you hit a city than the value of the talents than you can get from the cavalry. That's just my opinion, so that's how I thought about it. Personally, if I would have to siege with Saladin, he would never be the main tanker. He would never be the main tanker. It would be, as I said, a very limited utility where he actually is very good at rallying or being the rally commander. When there is nukers leading the defense, and by nukers I mean very hard and strong nukers, not Barca, because Barca does some nuking as well, but it's not very strong. But when there is nuking or a lot of cavalry, and when there is nuking and a lot of archers, those are the two moments when I would actually use Saladin as a main rally leader for sieging cities. Now, part of Saladin, there's also not the talent build, which I should have showed it in the cavalry. And is this one. So this is the PvP talent build with cavalry. So if Saladin is gonna be the main commander on your cavalry army, this would be the talent build that I would make with him at level 60. Now on this one, you notice that you get all the stats for your cavs, all of them. So all the attack and defense for your cavs, and you also get the shield. So you have the maximum amount of skill damage reduction on this talent build. Who would I suggest as a second in command to Saladin? Even if you do the rally on city, or even if you do the PvP build, that would be Double C. That would be my first option, or my first choice would be Double C. Second one would probably be Minamoto, and third one Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is much better as a main commander. He does much better as a main commander, so that's why Genghis Khan is like the third one. But again, if I would have to siege a city and Saladin is going to be the main commander, then Double C is going to be the second in command. That would be my first choice of option. For PvP, it would be the same. I would still put Double C as a second in command, or Minamoto, if Saladin is going to be the main commander. Where could actually be very good Saladin? Well, first of all, you should not lose on 1 versus 1 against other cavs with Saladin. If you do, then there is something wrong in the mechanics. I don't know, or you don't have enough stats or whatever. But 1 versus 1 against Cavs with all this amount of skill damage reduction and that Saladin has, you should definitely not lose against other Cavs or archers, specifically archers. Saladin was not made to beat up infantry like everyone thought about it. I personally never thought about it. Why? Now, why did I never thought about it? And I always hold it back because I saw when people saw that he's gonna reduce healing with his main skill, oh, Richard is gonna go down and all that. It's because he doesn't have a skill talent pad. So his skill damage is not boosted at all. That's why Double C is never a good leading commander. That's why he's not that great, because he doesn't have skill damage either. That's why Minamoto or Genghis Khan for PvP, they are the best commanders. Even if I would have to rally objectives with Cavalry, I would still rather use Genghis Khan as a main or Minamoto. For city, very rare utility, as I said, Saladin can be used with the build that I just showed you. Or that would be the build that I would try first. And this would be the second build. Right, now on top of this, there are a couple of things that I have to say, and you probably noticed on my videos. If you followed or you checked the video where we zeroed the 73 million power player or the 73 million whale, I do apologize because I didn't have at that moment. I just wanted to do a video and I didn't have the reports, so I do apologize. It's not fake. You can check his name on the rankings, and on that video at some point he also retreats his double C, or someone sent his double C from some garrison home to his city, and probably that's the reason why he couldn't bubble or teleport away. I have no idea, but it's at minute 18.26 on that video that you can pause or watch from that moment that his cabs are going into his city. Someone just told me. So a part of that video, if you watch it, we used specialization commanders. We didn't use conquering commanders to take down cities, and nobody used conquering commanders to take down objectives. This is like the last resort that you want to use, conquering commanders, which it's silly, as silly as it sounds, because they are made for that. They are made for conquering. They have the talent build to take down cities, but they're not actually the best. That's the problem. So the best way to take down wells is always having an infantry march to tank it, because they are very bulky, they are very defensive with all the defense talents. Charles and Richard, whichever is gonna be the main commander, it makes no difference if you have both of them, with full infantry rally and reinforced with infantry, and then you have nuking hitting from the sides. Either is its archers or either is its cavs. So you do 2, 3, 4 rallies if you have to, and any well will go down. Nobody is safe. I always said this, and I always advised people when they were complaining that they have wells destroying their kingdoms and they don't know what to do. I always said this, but it's just no one was paying attention. Now that particular video is the actual proof that wells are never safe if you know what to do against them. So again, if I would have to rally city or objectives, I would still go with the specialization commanders. If it's infantry with infantry commander, if it's cavalry with cavalry commander and cavalry talents, if it's archers with archers commander and archer talent, they would be more impactful and more devastating than the conquering commanders. That is my personal advice, and this is what I have noticed through all my playtime, or since I'm playing this game for over 9 months. Until next time, I think this is pretty much about conquering or sieging. So yeah, this is my conquering or rally masterclass. Until next time, this is your boy Legend Ronnie signing out. Peace out, yo, and take care.